Welcome to The Hidden Truths. Tonight we delve into one of the most chilling and controversial hauntings in history, the Amityville Horror. November 13th, 1974. Amityville, New York. The tranquility of this small town was shattered by a night of unimaginable horror. Ronald DeFeo Jr. brutally murdered his entire family in their sleep. 6 innocent lives were lost in a house that would soon become infamous. But this was only the beginning. On December 18th, 1975, George and Kathy Lutz moved into 112 Ocean Avenue with their 3 children. They were aware of the tragic history, but dismissed it, until the nightmares began. The first night seemed normal, but it wasn't long before strange occurrences began. On December 19, 1975, George would wake up every night at 3:15 a.m., the exact time of the DeFeo murders. The house seemed to be alive, feeding on their fear. But what happened with the DeFeo family? Ronald DeFeo Jr., known as Butch, claimed he heard voices that urged him to kill his family. His father, Ronald DeFeo Sr., was known for his violent temper and abusive behavior. Some believe the dark energy in the house exacerbated Butch's fragile mental state. The DeFeo children, Dawn, Allison, Mark, and John, also experienced strange occurrences. They reported seeing shadowy figures and hearing unexplained noises. On the night of the murders, Butch methodically moved from room to room, shooting his parents and siblings as they slept. Miraculously, no one in the neighborhood heard the gunshots. Over the next few days, the Lutz family experienced eerie sounds, banging, footsteps, and strange odors. On December 21st, 1975, Kathy saw an apparition of a demonic figure with glowing red eyes. These haunting experiences inspired numerous books and movies, each trying to capture the sheer terror that gripped the Lutz family. But the terror was real, and it escalated rapidly. On December 23, 1975, the Lutzes found cloven hoof prints in the snow outside their house. On December 24, 1975, Kathy was physically attacked by an unseen force. She was levitated off her bed, unable to move or scream. George began to spend more time in the basement, where he felt drawn to a hidden room painted red. On December 26, 1975, they discovered a secret room in the basement that was not part of the original floor plan. The room was painted red and gave off an overwhelming sense of dread. On December 28, 1975, a green slime oozed from the walls and ceiling. Doors would slam shut and windows would break without any apparent cause. The family was being terrorized by an invisible, malevolent force.
My name is Patty Camarado. I was friends with Allison DeFeo, the girl who was murdered with the rest of her family here in 1974. This I'm going to show you is the mysterious red room that's so noted for in the book. This door, which they say was never here, was here, is here, always will be here, I suppose. This is the red room. Nothing more than a storage area where Allison and her brothers and I used to keep toys. Just red, you know? There's never any feeling of spirit presence or ghosts or any sort of thing like that. It's just a play area. Used to keep toys. Nothing more than that.
Desperate for help, the Lutz family contacted Father Ray Pecoraro, a local priest, to bless the house on December 30th, 1975. As he entered, he felt a powerful force and heard a voice telling him to get out. He was physically slapped by an unseen entity. But the terror did not end there. On January 1st, 1976, George found himself repeatedly drawn to the boathouse at night. He would stare at it for hours, sensing something sinister lurking within. The family's dog, Harry, began to exhibit strange behavior, barking at unseen entities and refusing to enter certain parts of the house. On January 5th, 1976, George and Kathy woke up to find their bed levitating off the floor. On January 7th, 1976, the Lutz children began to experience disturbing events. Their daughter Missy befriended an imaginary entity named Jody, a demonic pig with glowing red eyes. Missy would often talk to Jody as if it were a real friend, scaring her parents. George discovered mysterious welts and burns appearing on his body without any explanation. On January 10, 1976, Kathy witnessed a grotesque hooded figure in the hallway, its face hidden, but its presence undeniably malevolent. As the days went by, the intensity of the hauntings increased. On January 13th, 1976, a final, terrifying event forced the Lutz family to flee. They woke up to the sound of a chorus of voices chanting, doors slamming, and the walls shaking violently. On January 14th, 1976, the Lutz family fled the house, leaving all their belongings behind, never to return. They had lived there for only 28 days, but the experiences had scarred them for life. But what happened next? The Lutz family sought refuge with Kathy's mother in nearby Deer Park, where they tried to piece their lives back together. They experienced lingering effects of their ordeal. George and Kathy suffered from recurring nightmares and stress-induced health issues. The children also had trouble adjusting to their new life, constantly plagued by fear and anxiety. In February 1976, George and Kathy Lutz, along with paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, returned to the house to uncover the source of the haunting. The Warrens, renowned for their work on paranormal cases, conducted a seance and captured chilling evidence of ghostly apparitions and unexplained audio recordings. The Warrens claimed the house was plagued by a powerful demonic presence. Their investigation revealed a history of dark, occult practices in the area, suggesting that the land itself was cursed long before the house was built. Despite their terrifying experiences, the Lutz family eventually moved on with their lives, selling the rights to their story for a book and subsequent movies. But the question remains, were they truly haunted, or was it all an elaborate hoax for financial gain? Critics have pointed out inconsistencies in the Lutz's story, and some have accused them of fabricating the haunting for profit. However, the sheer volume of experiences and the corroborating testimonies from credible investigators like the Warrens make it difficult to dismiss entirely. The Amityville Horror continues to be a source of fascination and debate. Some believe the spirits were appeased or exorcised by the Warrens' intervention, while others think the haunting never truly ended but simply lay dormant, waiting for new residents.
Did it happen to me? I don't really know. I do not have the answers for that. I played places like Amityville. That, if you gave me $1 billion, I wouldn't go in that house again. Because it messed up my life and my husband's life. Terrible, horrible, horrible place. Oh, it was terrible. That's where I levitated with my body in that home. And it was, the things that happened there were terrible. Really.
Let it go.